Hi there, good morning. It's Councillor Glen. It is Saturday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I'm here at the ward office because the weather outside is not very nice. It's kind of cold and rainy, so I'm here at the ward office at CARDELREC. A very busy morning here as always at CARDELREC. Swimming lessons, fitness classes, hockey, ringette, all sorts of things going on today. I've got a lot of updates today too. Some things that happened at City Hall this week, and some local things in the community, and some upcoming events. So I'll jump right in with City Hall. A couple meetings I wanted to highlight. One was a meeting on Wednesday. I was a part of the Light Rail Subcommittee, and we got an update of construction on the new light rail O-train extensions. So it's being extended into the south, into the east, and into the west. So here's the latest updates. The line running to the south is on schedule to open in fall of 2023. This is the line that runs from Bayview through Carleton University, South Keys into Riverside South, and also to the airport. So that's fall 2023, likely late September, early October. In the east, heading out to Orleans, the completion date is now early 2025. And in the west, bringing it out to Moody, as well as to Algonquin, it's late 2026. So that one is behind. Now, these dates aren't necessarily when passengers are going to be able to start getting onto the train. It really depends on the final testing and evaluation of the trains and the tracks and the stations. We also had a big update about that, about how the testing is going to be changing, and lessons learned from stage one of light rail, and some of the new procedures and processes involved there. And we'll be getting more about that later on this spring as well. If you're interested in any of this, there is information on my website. There's information on the Stage 2 LRT website and YouTube channel if you Google that. And where else can you find information? Well, you can go to the City Council YouTube channel, and you can watch the whole presentation and Q&A with staff if you're interested in this topic. And if there's anything you can't find, please email me. I'd be happy to put you in touch. Another meeting this week was the Emergency and Preparedness Emergency Services Committee. Let's leave it at that and keep it simple. This is a meeting on Thursday. One of the items on the agenda was a report from our emergency services team on the city's response to the derecho. This is an after action report where they look at what happened, what went well, what could be improved, lessons learned, and there's some really good information there. A few things that they've identified that they need to improve and beef up would be some more training and support around wellness visits in the community. That was certainly something that was helpful in Stittsville, and it's good to see some more attention on that. Some work to do on communication with residents, improving communications with residents. And another one is improving public awareness of emergency preparedness. Now, to that end, watch your mailbox over the next week or so. We have a postcard going out with information about preparing an emergency kit. And that's part of emergency preparedness. I know a lot of people have already done that, but if it's something you haven't done in your household or in your workplace, please check out the information in the postcard, or go to ottawa.ca. There are a lot of great resources about emergency preparedness there. And a thank you to the staff in the city's emergency department. I took part in some of the after action review and provided some of my feedback, and had a number of conversations with staff there. And I think the lessons learned and the plan to improve going forward is a really good one. We also did what we looked at on Thursday was a citywide review. We also did one here locally in Stittsville, where we captured what happened here in Stittsville after that storm, and how we could improve our local response here in the ward. If you're interested in reading that, you can go to glengower.ca/derecho, and you can find all the information there. Switching a bit more to locally, a reminder that the nominations are open for our 2023 Stittsville Volunteer Awards. We've already had a few people nominated, which is amazing. If you know someone in the community, a deserving volunteer, please nominate them. There's 6 categories: Citizen of the Year, Senior of the Year, Youth of the Year, Business of the Year, Teacher of the Year, and Organization of the Year. There's 6 categories. Hope I got them all. You can find the nomination forms on my website, glengower.ca/volunteer. And if you happen to be on the weekday here near my ward office, we have some paper copies here as well that you can access. And the deadline is later on this month to submit nominations. I want to say thank you to volunteers who've been helping out at the Homework Club here in Stittsville. This is a Monday and Wednesday homework club at the Stittsville Legion. It's run by the Stittsville Canada Kiwanis Club with the help from a lot of community volunteers, and it's open to any high school student. It's a quiet place to go and study. If you need some help, the volunteers can help you out. There's free wireless there as well, and even some laptops that you can access too. So thanks everybody for making that happen, and please spread the word. If you know a student in the community who might be interested, please let them know about it. Another volunteer opportunity coming up is Cleaning the Capitol. This is the annual campaign where we ask residents to look after a local park and help to do some spring cleaning in a local park or open space, green space in the community. You can get a group together, maybe your family, maybe some neighbors, maybe your workplace, maybe your classroom, and sign up to pick a park and pick a date and organize a cleanup. And the city will help provide some starter kits as well, garbage bags and compost bags and so on. There's more information about that on my website or at ottawa.ca. This is a time of year where we get a lot of issues around speeding and traffic safety. As the snowbanks melt away, and before we have the traffic calming measures, those flex stakes in place, we find we get a lot of complaints about traffic. People tend to speed. Now the traffic calming is coming back later on this month. They'll start reinstalling it now that winter's behind us, knock on wood. But just a reminder to residents, please obey the posted speed limits, 40 kilometers an hour on most residential streets. Please come to a full stop at all stop signs. Please obey parking restrictions and no stopping restrictions. All of these things, speed limits, stop signs, no parking, no stopping, they're not there to annoy you, they're there for safety, and especially safety of younger and more vulnerable people in the community. So please do take care on the roads. Don't drive distracted, pay attention, and follow those rules. Now, if you see someone driving dangerously, if you see someone rolling through a stop sign, please report it to police. You can go to ottawapolice.ca and make that report. Now, I certainly share concerns from the community with our local police officers about where we have problem areas, where there's areas of concern, but I can't direct police or order police to do a traffic safety blitz. However, if you make a report through ottawapolice.ca and police start to see a pattern of reports coming in from a particular street or neighborhood, they will send out extra enforcement. Recently, they did one in front of Holy Spirit School as a result of reports coming in from residents. So it is really, really important that you make those reports, and it can make a big difference. We've had some inquiries from residents, especially seniors, about phone call scams, phone scams. Maybe you've heard about this in the news as well. It's becoming very prevalent. And just wanted to mention to folks, if you're looking for more information about how these work and what you can do to protect yourself, there's a good resource at canada.ca/seniors. And they explain all the information and what you can do to stay safe. So encourage people to check that out. All right, let's shift to upcoming events. There's a lot going on in the coming weeks as people, I guess, come out of the hibernation and start to get together in local events. Tomorrow, I'm going to be participating at over in Centrepoint at Ben Franklin Place in the OC Transpo Safe Driving Awards. This is to recognize bus operators with a great safety record or going above and beyond on issues of safety. So I'm looking forward to that. Here in Stittsville, we have our next Councillor Chat planned for April 15th, Saturday, April 15th. It's going to be at No Frills from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So hope to see you there. April 18th, a couple events. We have our speaker series with Buddha, Stephen Leafleur. He's a Stittsville resident. He has an amazing background. When he was young, he was part of a Canadian breakdancing crew. But in his adult life and his career, he's a social worker, doing some incredible work with youth, including youth who are in the who are in jail, vulnerable youth across Canada. Really amazing story. So I hope you can come out to our speaker series on the evening of April 18th. There's registration on my website. Also on the 18th, the Stittsville Business Association is hosting their annual general meeting. And they're always looking for new businesses to join the association. And if you own a business or manage a business, please look into that. They're a great group that does so much to promote business in our community and support local businesses as well. And they're looking for volunteers to be on their executive too. I met this week with a woman who is just starting to organize what sounds like a great event to be held this summer in Stittsville, called the Out West event. This would be a pride event here in Stittsville for residents in Stittsville and Canada and the area. If that's of interest to you, they're looking for volunteers to help create an organizing committee and make this event happen. It'd be a family event on a weekend in July. So please get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to put you in touch with the organizer, and hopefully we can support that event as it comes up later this year. I hope you visited my website this week, glengower.ca. We post information just about every single day, and there's a couple things that I wanted to highlight. One is we now have the city schedule up for Easter weekend. That's, of course, next weekend, and so there's a lot of changes to city services and programming, including here at the Rec Center over the Easter weekend, so check that out. Garbage and recycling pickup as well. Often there's impacts to that. Also, we've posted the April edition of our multicultural and human rights calendar, something we post every month. There's a really busy calendar in April. Of course, Easter is next weekend for people in the Christian faith. Passover, the Jewish Passover holiday, is coming up later on this week. And Ramadan continues all this month to April 20th, April 21st, around there. So lots happening in our community in the coming weeks. I hope, despite the bad weather, I hope you have a great weekend. Maybe go out and support a local business and show them some love this weekend. I'll talk to you here next week on the Saturday of the Easter weekend. Take care.